everyone on the interweb. This is Christian and Corey, and we are SuperKamiGuru9000, and this is our review of Naruto Chapter 564. So let's get started.
Our chapter begins from last week where Naruto and Toby have just slammed right into each other, face first. And something really interesting we see this week is that Toby himself actually was not able to dissolve away from this technique, and he actually took it all. The interesting thing, however, is not a single scratch on his mask.
No cracks.
And then after all this happens, he continues to be a pompous ass about all of this. And he's like, oh, I expected more from the Nine Tails. He then proceeds to summon all of the Jinchūriki to start attacking Naruto.
So the first of the Jinchūriki to attack is the Five Tails, and he has a magma boulder technique, which is pretty awesome, and Naruto's like, hot, hot, hot. And then we see the Three Tails. Three Tails. Yeah, that's how many tails he has. Three. And three. Okay, so Three Tails, and he uses the water mirror technique, and it just makes Naruto and B end up like attacking each other. And this is pretty cool. We haven't seen a technique like this since Haku.
So 5 and 3 are having a lot of fun, but you gotta let 6 have a little bit of fun too. And this is Utakata, who is remember the character from the filler anime saga.
Useless.
And like the filler, he uses bubbles as well. Although here he uses them to a great new degree. You see, he's able to create these bubbles that freaking explode and incinerate you. Have you ever seen a bubble this threatening before?
The next to attack is the Seven Tails, and he uses Final Flash! I don't actually think it's called that, though. And then we end up seeing Two Tails and Five Tails get in on the fight, and they just go hand-to-hand with Naruto and B. Pretty cool scene.
So after some ridiculous action, we actually get a chance to breathe, and we get a little bit of conversation between Toby and Naruto. And Naruto is basically giving us the tried-and-true shonen speech that we've heard millions and millions of times. And this is when we finally realize that Toby knows that Madara has been summoned, and we get a quick little flashback that does officially confirm that the Sixth Coffin was indeed Madara, so that is now officially done. And now that Toby actually realizes that Madara is alive, he is freaking pissed. He's like, God damn it, Kabuto! I'm gonna kill you now!
So Toby still won't tell us who he is. It's getting to the point where it's a pretty obvious thing where we're kind of like, who is this guy? He's not the real Madara, or if he is, he's some weird version of him. And he's just pulling this, I'm not going to tell you who I am, I'm nobody. And Naruto's like, bullshit.
All villains love to monologue, and that's not going to stop Toby. He starts giving this little speech about how, Naruto, you should know about pain and misery and loneliness. You of all people at Jinchūriki should understand why I want to do this Moon Eye plan.
Then we see Naruto say, you know, the fox is really not all that bad. And then it cuts to the fox, and he's like, blush.
The chapter ends with Naruto making a declaration of battle against Madara. He says, I'm going to rip that freaking mask right off your face. To which Madara's like, bring it, you little homeboy. And he summons all of his Jinchūriki, and they all start to have the one tail, so they still have their Jinchūriki abilities, and that's where the chapter comes to a close.
Okay, what did Corey and Christian think of Naruto Chapter 564? Well, I liked it. It was a really solid chapter. Action was consistent throughout until the very end where we got some monologuing and some talking, but I mean, that has to happen at some point. And we got to see all the Jinchūriki do something, finally. I know me and Corey have been talking about seeing their art, like, what, 2 years ago, and now finally we're actually getting to see them do something. It may be too far along to actually get some subplot or backstory on them, but, you know, it's still really awesome. Good chapter.
What Corey thinks is that this is actually a really great action chapter. Again, like Christian was saying, getting to see the Jinchūriki finally after, you know, years of seeing them displayed in an art cover. You know, we've always wondered and speculated, what are these guys going to do? How are they going to do this? You know, we've gotten some hints as to what they can do in the anime series. But they really pulled it through this week. I really loved Roshi, which, if you guys don't know, this is kind of a pun. His name is Roshi. He's the Five Tails. His Jinchūriki's a giant ape. Roshi, Dragon Ball, giant ape. Yeah, maybe I'm reaching, but that's definitely what I think they're going for. But him attacking, I thought that Yagura using his mirror technique was really, really cool. And Utakata just using the bubble explosion was really great. If I only had one gripe about this chapter, it's that Madara, or Toby, we need to figure out who the hell he is. And they need
Mr. No Name.
Yeah, I hate the fact that he's like, I'm no one, blah, 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 pompous ass. No, this dude is somebody, alright? You know why he's somebody? Because he's been orchestrating a war for the last, like, 100 years, alright? This guy is someone really important, and I can't wait to figure out who it is. On the upside, this is a great tool by the author to keep me reading, so props to that. But the coming fights are definitely going to be great, especially with the fact that the Jinchūriki are now all one tail and getting ready to freak out. So
it's just setting up awesome chapters ahead of, like, how could the next chapters be bad unless they could jump to another fight? But even all the other fights, like, oh, would I really be disappointed if I got to see Edo Madara fight the Kages? You know, not really. So it doesn't really matter. Any fight we go to from now on is probably going to be pretty awesome. And we are getting so close to finding out who Toby is, or Mr. No Name Pompous Ass. So, you know, awesome chapter. Reading for Naruto chapter 564. Okay, what we thought this week is we are giving it a 8 out of 10. Why? Because action alone does not save a chapter and give it an amazing, crazy score. But hopefully, in the next chapters, we will get some awesome fighting and maybe some Toby reveal stuff. So, you know, look forward to that. 8 out of 10, guys.
Up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's the question of the friggin' week, where we asked you a question about this week's chapter. And we want to ask you guys about the Jinchūriki this week, specifically their powers. We want to know if you guys think they're actually going to be able to summon their full Jinchūriki abilities to use in the upcoming battle. And I forgot the other question. But we
the other question is that we want to ask... Okay, what? The other question we want to ask you guys is, do you think these Jinchūriki are also going to have all the powers of the 6 Paths of Pain, like the soul-sucking one, you know, all that crazy stuff? Because all we've seen them have now is, you know, they probably have shared vision. That's not even explained yet. See, things like that. But that's probably assumed at this point. But I want to see if they have the awesome paths of the 6 thingies. Okay, awesome. So I'm happy Naruto's out this week. I'm happy we got to do a review, and that is it for this week. You know, till next time, dudes and lady that watches. Okay, peace. SuperKamiGuru out.